Okay, so a lot of people have been asking me about the flight suits, so I decided to do a video so that you could see a comparison. The first one that you've seen in many videos already, I got a few weeks ago. Sorry, the parrotlets are going crazy. Is the Avian Fashions flight suit in size petite. So this is what it looks like. In the back, this is where the tail goes through, and here through the sides is where you put the wings in. And they actually just put their feet through here too on their own. So the back has like a Velcro here, as you can see. So I can't really undo it with one hand, but this is where you attach the lanyard. So the lanyard, I trimmed it, that's why it looks kind of funky, but it was too long and too wide, so I trimmed it as much as I could because it only comes in one size. Okay, so this one is Avian Fashion size petite, and this is the belly part here. And I've mentioned in some things that it seems to fit her well enough to where she's not going to get out of it, and it is sturdy enough to where I don't feel like she's going to chew through it. She does mess with this part a lot while she's wearing it, so kind of turning her head backwards and chewing on it, but so far she hasn't made any damage. The issue is that it's a little wide in here, so her feet kind of go in this area. This pouch down here doesn't really touch her butt at all, and you put a little piece of Kleenex in there in case they go to the bathroom, but the poop does not get stuck to her butt. People have asked me that before. But the issue is that this part is wide. So when she's standing, I noticed that her feet are kind of spread out a little bit too wide for her, so she can't perch that well. So if we end up liking this one better, and by we I really mean her, I might try, putting a couple stitches in here so that it makes it a little narrower in here, and then it wouldn't be so bad. That was actually my husband's idea, not mine. Anyway, this is the Avian Fashions. This is the lanyard that goes to it. They are purchased separately. This is the lanyard, which was $7, and then this is the packaging for the Avian Fashions flight suit, and it shows all the sizes on here and then who it's recommended for, so you could see that. This is the petite, which is the smallest size. So for Linnies, they would wear an extra small because they're the same size as lovebirds, and that's what's recommended for lovebirds. So there's that, and this is the front, and there's not much else on the front except the $12. Now, this was kind of helpful because it does give some information and techniques about how to get your bird used to the flight suit, and so those are some of the things that I use that I mentioned in my other videos. So this is the mini wings harness that I just recently got. I didn't do as much, I guess, conditioning to it because she has already been kind of conditioned to harness in general. This is the packaging that it came in, so this is kind of helpful because some people have been asking me, like, would this fit Linnies? And the answer is no. It's too small. It fits very snugly on her body. It may fit a small budgie like Cosette, but I haven't tried it on Cosette yet. Because Cosette weighs about 27, 28 grams, and Oliver weighs about 29 grams. Gemma is about 33 grams. So she's a little bit of a bigger parrotlet, I think, and this fits her snugly, which is good, because I heard some people say that their parrotlet was able to get out of it, like get their foot through or something. She hasn't been able to do that at all. So you can see in the diagram, right here is where it connects to the front. So the head goes through here. This part is connected and it's solid. It doesn't come open. The first wing goes through here. And then this back thing is open. You take it under the wing and connect it to the front. This is the hardest part for me because it's so snug. So kind of, you know, connecting it here, because the little connectors are really small. They're almost as big as like a large necklace clasp. She has a Facebook page. This lady, her name is on the front here, Shannon McKay. So it looks like she has a Facebook page, so I'll probably like her page. And then here it says purchase other colors and specialty harnesses. So I think that she can make this harness for other birds if you get the measurements, and she'll probably give you specific instructions on how to get those measurements. So here's the front mini wings parrotlet harness with a phone number and a name. This was shipped, I think, from North Carolina, and I ordered it on Monday, and I think I got it on Wednesday or Thursday, so it came really fast. So here's the actual harness itself, and it comes with a leash. You know, the leash is kind of tangled through the harness a bit, so this is how it goes on, just exactly how you're seeing it here in my hand. The head goes through here, the first wing, and then I turn her around, pull this under her second wing, and then it connects right here to the centerpiece. And that's the little leash connector here. So this is the leash. It is a bit long. Sorry, let me move this over. So you could see how long it is. I guess for tethering purposes, you know, I don't know how long you'd really need it to be. So hopefully that, you know, clarifies a little bit about the harnesses. I personally think that this one was a little harder to put on the first time than the Avian Fashions one, believe it or not, just because this one does not go over her head at all. But this one I have to put her head in here in this slot, and it's not tight like it's gonna hurt her, but it's definitely snug. And she didn't like that the very first time I did it. Now, she didn't bite me or anything. She just complains a lot about it, and she's too busy trying to bite the harness or get the harness off than focusing on my whatever I'm doing. So maybe that's my saving grace. And then the end of the leash has this little, you know, thing. I guess you could slip it over your finger, or if you wanted to connect it to something, I guess that's kind of useful. You can also take it off because it has a little clasp. So that's that. I think overall, if I was to say which one's better, I would probably say that this one fits better. And I like this one better in that regard. This one, I think, would be better for larger birds, like linneys, maybe, just because they poop, like they have really big poops and stuff, so this would kind of be nice if you're out and about, you know, so you don't get it all over you. And it would probably just fit them a little bit better. But this one's a lot less expensive, and you know, it definitely works. And like I was saying before, this one I'm not so concerned about her getting off or chewing through it so easily, versus this one, it is very stiff even though it's thin. The harness is thicker and stiffer than the leash. You can't tell by looking, I don't think, but when you touch it you can. So thank God for that, because if it was the same material as the leash, she'd probably have already chewed through it by now. But if you look at it, she's worn it 2 times. Not sure why it's blurry, but she's worn it 2 times, and you can't see any chewed marks. So I'm not sure why it's blurry. I'm trying to give you guys a close-up, but it's not working. So hopefully that's my only concern with this one. I don't want her to chew through it. There we go. So you can see that there isn't really any, she can only chew the front part here. Like, that's all she could really reach. So she tends to try to chew it here and then reach around and chew it here, but she can't really reach any other parts. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully that was helpful for those of you considering purchasing one.